on Sportscenter. Had a rough day? People getting up in your face and in your business? Well, just clear your mind. Park the distractions and bask in the glory. Big Mac supersizes his run at 61. But could Junior and Sammy stand up to the order as well? Will Zidane spell Zien for Brazil and bring France its first World Cup? Or can the world's best complete Brazil's drive for 5? Sayri Pak puts it in overdrive this weekend as she rewrites the record books again. Speaking of driving, things can get out of control in a jiffy in NASCAR. But when the smoke clears, don't let anything or anyone get in your way. To the party known as Sportscenter. Next.
Hello, we're on TV again. Kenny Mayne and Dan Patrick.
Ahead on Sportscenter, the Sunday conversation with the rejuvenated Brett Saberhagen. The Worm and the Mailman exchange flying elbows, but first, that quest for that cup.
That's right. Bob Lee can come home again. France is the place where the World Cup was invented, yet the country had never won the thing when it took the field for Sunday's title game with Brazil. Think of the U.S. never having won a basketball title, or Canada never having been best in hockey, or Mexico making inferior piñatas. Actually, it's not just like that. France didn't make up soccer, it made up the World Cup. Brazil was thinking about none of that. The defending champions had an opportunity not only to deny France, but win an unprecedented 5th title. For that matter, no one but Brazil had won 4 of them. There's Ronaldo banged up, but set to go. France looking to be the first host country to win since Argentina in '78. Brazil, the corner kick. Baiano, the header. Fabian Barthez making the diving save. And this portion of the highlight being brought to you commercial-free. 26-minute, far side, Roberto Carlos lost the ball, and then he forces the corner kick. Carlos disrespects the flag. On the corner, Zidane, the header. Zinedine Zidane, his first goal in the Cup. France up 1-0, and Barthez at the far end, hit by leg cramps or some type of celebration. Another look. Zidane, I say. The perfect angle, going up high in the header, bangs it home, and France is up 1-0. Minutes later, Brazil, the long ball, looking for Ronaldo, the great one. Barthez comes out, NFL style, slamming into each other. Ronaldo, he actually is the one who started the mess because he came into the goalie, stayed down a few minutes, did not need the stretcher, the archaic stretcher. He stays in the game, first half. Carambo, the shot. Emmanuel Petit looked like a goal, but it's actually the side net and no goal. And now we know Barthez wears Brees. 45th minute, a French corner. Zidane set, looking for his second goal. Perfect ball inside, a header again. We'll see it again. The replay, Zidane. Watch his header go through Roberto Carlos's legs. And then Zidane, he's the man. He has 2 goals. The French leader, Jacques Chirac, wearing the jersey. France up 2-0. Brazil on the attack. Ronaldo with the try. Barthez coming up, slapping around all things round. Still 2-0, 90th minute. The game all but over. Emmanuel Petit sliding it home, almost like an empty netter. Second of the Cup. France is up 3-0, winning it 3-0. Frère Jacques and the French defender Laurent Blanc. He had to sit out or receiving the red card in the semis. Gives the goalie some love. France is victorious over Ronaldo and Brazil, and the great celebrations would begin, as you'll hear a bit later, with devastating effect in one case. The host, France, a winner by a count of 3-0. The win alone was stunning enough, but the shutout was exclamation. The goalie, Fabien Barthez, allowed just 2 goals in the entire tournament. He helped make France a champion in its first tournament play since 1986. That year, France also beat Brazil, but that was only in a quarterfinals game. This time around, things a bit more consequential. As one writer put it after the game, France hasn't had this much to celebrate about since the end of World War II.
I think the victory is due to the good harmony between the players. We've been building up this team for a very long time with qualities such as strength, intensity and generosity. In the end, the French public recognized our efforts.
We couldn't really get out of their trap. When we made our substitution, our team got better, but I think that the trophy's in the right place. They worked hard and they conquered it at home with brilliance, and congratulations to France.
France joins an elite list of countries to win the Cup. Of the 7 to win it, all but Brazil won the title on home soil. Brazil lost to Uruguay in the finals of the lone World Cup it hosted back in 1950. Now, the 2002 World Cup will be co-hosted by Japan and South Korea. More than 1 million people were out celebrating after the win by France, but there's a terrible byproduct. 60 are injured, 7 seriously after a car ran into a crowd of celebrants. Various reports had a woman driver possibly going the wrong way or just got confused. The crowd then attacked the woman, and we do not know her status.
Now to baseball. The McGwire watch. Sounds like a timepiece, and in some ways it is, as his season seems headed for the history books. The St. Louis Slugger started his Sunday afternoon against the Astros with the big hand on the 3 and the little hand on the 8, which means he has plenty of time left this season to challenge Johnny Mize's team record of 43 homers set 58 years ago. Big Mac ended Saturday's game with a homer. First pitch he saw from Sean Bergman. Gone. 39th on the year, just like that. 1-0 Cardinals. McGwire's next at bat, not as fruitful. Doesn't make contact except for his noggin. Third inning, tied at 1, bases loaded. Ron Gann at the plate. 34 for 100 lifetime with the bases loaded. Just like Pat Tabler coming through. 3-1 Cards. Wace Clayton, Ray Langford scores. 7th inning, 5-3 Cards. J.R. Phillips facing Juan Acevedo. Gone.
There's a high fly ball to right.
That is a bomb.
Just watch it go. J.R. Phillips.
Not to be confused with being the bomb. Phillips came in batting 150 on the day, had 3 hits. Scott Ellerton, he gets into the record books. Mark McGwire has just left the yard in a hurry. His 40th. Larry Durkert not pleased, but the fans thrilled to be on hand. McGwire and Brian Jordan worked their celebration dance. 6-4 the final in this one. McGwire reaches 40 homers and 281 at-bats, 13 bats fewer than his 1996 season when he set the record for the quickest to get to 40. This also marks the 47th time in his career he has hit at least 2 homers in a game. Segue. McGwire reaches the 40-homer plateau in the Cardinals' 90th game, 1 fewer team game than Ruth in 1928. That was the year after he hit 60. 6 games quicker than Roger Maris in his magical year. Fox and Ruth hold the record for most homers by the end of July with 41. McGwire has 18 games remaining to break that record. He hit 40 in his team's 130th game last year, still finished with 58. To Milwaukee, Brewers, Cubs. Mark Clark looking for his first win since June 8th and looking good. No score, bottom of the second. Marquise Grissom is going. Clark strikes out Dave Nielsen. Scott Service throws out Marquise Grissom, double play. Top 3, no score. Brad Woodall, Scott Service. We have a score. 2-0 Cubs. 2-run homer, 4th on the year. Service would later get an RBI single. Still top 3, 2 outs. 2-minute board for Sammy Sosa. Phil Garner decides to walk him to load the bases. Next batter, Glenn Allen Hill. Shows no patience, pops up the first pitch to center. Marquise Grissom gets his man. Brewers get out of the inning. Top 6, Sammy Sosa. Brad Woodall got his man. Sammy took the collar, 0 for 3 with a walk. Cubs up 3-0, bottom 9, Clark, Jeremy Burnitz, Mickey Morandini. Clark's first shutout in 4 years. Clark and Scott Service helped the Cubs to a 3-0 win over the Brewers. So Clark shut out his first since May of '94. He struck out 5, walked 2. Attendance for the 4-game set, over 184,000, the second best 4-game total in Brewers history.
As hideous as this season has been, looking up from the bottom of the AL West, the Seattle Mariners can see that those they're chasing aren't exactly world beaters, just beating teams more often than they are. Whether at the end of the day the West leader ended up being Texas or Anaheim, the division would end up being ruled by the weakest percentage in all of baseball. And on Sunday, the Mariners attempted to begin a second-half run toward the top by taking 3 out of 4 from the Angels. Pictures available now. Billy Swift on the mound against the Angels. Going back to June 16, his last start it was against the Angels. Justin Bachman ripping it. Swift had to leave with a bruised pec. Remember back in 1990, Swift took it on the head on a similar play. Now back to Sunday, Darren Erstad. First batter against Swift, drills it at least a bounce. Oh my goodness. That's on loan from Stuart Scott. Swift did stay in the game, but so did opposing bats. Erstad up 2-on, rips it past David Seguin to right. Orlando Palmeiro coming to score. Erstad's AL leading 31st double. It's a 3-1 lead. Then Dave Hollins with 2-on. Took a while to develop. His 10th home run. Griffey goes back, but it's way up and too high. Angels up 6-1. Top of the 9th. Some late great defense from the Mariners. Dan Wilson giving great chase to Garrett Anderson's pop-up, sliding in. Big unit got out of the way, then helped him up. Good effort, but not enough. The Angels winning this thing by a count of 8-5. Buhner, Wilson, and Cora homered for Seattle, giving the Mariners 144 this season. That's best in the majors. Kenneth stays at 37, but he was 2 for 3 with 2 walks. For the winners, Troy Percival came on to get his 26th save of the season, not pictured. Anaheim trying to regain the momentum from that great 22-6 June. Sunday's win just the 2nd this month. But a win and a Texas loss would give the Angels the West lead. Rangers and A's scoreless in the first. Jimmy Haynes pitching. Juan Gonzalez, left field line. Will Clark rounding second. Now Clark rounds third. Miguel Tejada, the relay home. Clark, he's meat at the plate. Good D coming back. Still scoreless in the 5th. Ivan Rodriguez. Rusty Greer running through the stop sign here. Miguel Tejada relaying home. And Greer is meat again. 2 big plays at the plate. Ivan Rodriguez wants third. He's meat as well. It's a double play on great throws around the field. 6th inning, 1-0 A's. Darren Oliver, iPad, past Rodriguez. Ricky Henderson will score easy. The pass ball, 2-0 A's. A's get 4 in the inning. 8th inning, 7-1 A's. TJ Matthews, Will Clark. It is back. It is back. It's coming back. Jack Voigt making the play. Tom Goodwin scoring easy on the tag. 7-2. Another look. Voigt lost his hat, kept the ball. Didn't keep his sunglasses. 9th inning, 7-5 Hayes. Bill Taylor to Roberto Kelly. Just another case of the man keeping us down. The A's win it 7-5. So Oakland avoids the 4-game sweep on a career-high 3rd straight decision won by Jimmy Haynes. He allowed 2 unearned runs on the 9 hits he gave up in 7 innings.